Good morning. I'm trying to figure out a way to make the markets run more smoother and efficient. And I want to get to a point where I can hire people to actually be at different markets for me. And in order to get to that point, I have to make the ring up process a lot easier for someone who doesn't have any knowledge on what we sell or what we offer. How can it be easy for them to ring up? Now, the other issue that I had at the markets was people would come up and they would ask me, how much is this? How much is that? I offer so many things. I do not know all of the prices off the top of my head. So I would literally have to type it in and wait for it to pop up to tell me what the price was on it. So I wanted to figure out a way to be able to make that transition a little bit smoother. And what I came up with is I'm going to have to invest into a barcoding system and get a scanner gun. However, it's going to cost me $60 a month because I have to upgrade my plan to be able to create the barcode labels. And then the scanner is $229. I don't have that right now, disposable income to spend on that. So the other thing that I thought to do was to get a price gun, which I needed that anyway. We've got mail. So what are we getting into today? We are doing some big things coming up for this summer, and I'm trying to get prepared for the summertime. But let's get into this box. What did we get from Uline? If you don't know, Uline is a company where you can set up a net account if you have a registered business, where you can get items from them and not have to pay on it for 30 to 60 to 90 days, depending on how your net account is set up. So we ordered a pricing gun from Uline, and that is what I'm opening now. When you purchase a certain amount, they do give you a free item, and because I made a purchase over $100 and something, I got a free calendar. Woohoo! Okay, so I ordered the Avery Monarch 1136 2-line gun. This gun, sorry y'all, allergies are kicking my butt. Do you have allergies? Drop down in the comment and let me know what you do during this time of the year when allergies are crazy. Like, I feel like I sound super nasal. But anyways, back to the video. So this is a 2-line gun, and basically it's going to help me price my items instead of me writing the prices up there or telling the client, customer what it is. It'll already have it up there for their convenience. This is the roll of paper that actually loads into the gun. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to set it up. Every time you order a roll of paper, it comes with the ink as well. So that's what that was. Let's go ahead and get this set up. So what I am doing now is loading up the ink. I think this was the easiest part in setting up this whole gun. So that's what I'm doing now. So now I'm setting up the paper, and this part was kind of tricky to me. I almost had to call Uline and be like, hold on, wait a minute. Something ain't right here, but I ended up getting it, so just keep watching.
So what I am doing now is loading up the ink. I think this was the easiest part in setting up this whole gun. So that's what I'm doing now. So now I'm setting up the paper, and this part was kind of tricky to me. I almost had to call Uline and be like, hold on, wait a minute. Something ain't right here, but I ended up getting it, so just keep watching.
So the instructions said to turn the gun over and then keep pressing it until it's the paper adjusts inside of the gun, but I didn't have enough paper pulled out to begin with, because a sister does not like to waste materials. That is money. So I was kind of mad that I had to waste materials, but basically you have to roll it through so that it can come out on the other end. So this is where you're able to turn the dial to change the numbers that you want it to print. Because it is a 2-line, I'm able to print letters and numbers on the top row that I would use for the SKU. And then on the bottom line, I can print the dollar amount, or if it's a special, I can put 2 for whatever the dollar amount is, or if I was handling food or something like that, I could write the expiration date on it. So I kind of wanted to get the 2-line gun because there was more things that you could do with it. Also, if the 2-line gun is out of your price range, you can do the 1-line gun, which does just about the same as this one. So right now I'm playing around with it to see. However, unfortunately, I am going to have to send this gun back because after using it for maybe a day or two, I couldn't get the knob on the bottom row to turn completely. Like, I have to keep playing with it, and I just feel like, you know what, I didn't spend all of that money for it to partially work, and I have to play with it. It's a little janky, so I think I got sold a defective one, and I need to get that replaced. So as you can see, I tested it out to make sure that it was working. Basically, when you pull the trigger, you have to pull it kind of hard to get the ink to really come through all the way. If you press the trigger lightly, then you'll notice where some of those is kind of faded with the numbers and some of them are darker. It's because I either pull the trigger too light or too heavy. So what I'm doing now is I'm creating the SKU numbers for the items. Anything that belongs in the jewelry category will start with T, and then it'll have a number behind it. So whenever someone picks up a piece of jewelry, if they see T on the back, they know it can be found in T. This will help us in the warehouse and when we get ready to ring up customers. So I need to write down what I'm going to use so I don't forget it. But that is what I'm doing, and that will be what I use on the gun in the top row. So what I'm doing now is I'm checking the prices in the system, and then I am price tagging them. I want to make sure that everything is correct so there's no inconsistencies when we start selling in person again. So it was at this exact moment that I realized this machine was janky because I had to keep turning that bottom thing. And I was like, yeah, we're returning this ASAP. Let me finish what I'm working on and we're going to return this. I do wish it was digital. It would make it so much more easier if I could just type it in instead of having to rotate the dials. But I'm not going to complain because if it was digital, it probably would have cost way more than what it did. Ooh, I look a hot mess. Lord Jesus. Anyways, I need to do something with my hair. It is day number 2 of tagging merchandise. I started off yesterday in the storage unit doing it, but there is no service where my unit is, and so I had to keep constantly walking back to the front. So because there's no service, what I did was I took one of each item and I brought it to the front where there is service, and I looked it up on my phone to see what the SKU numbers were so that I could put that up there and the price. And the goal was to go back and put it on the products when I went back there, but then I realized that there were some products that were back there that I didn't bring to the front, so it was constantly back and forth to the point where, okay, I started at 9 o'clock, and at about 5 o'clock, I was like over it. So I left there around 5:30, 6 o'clock, headed to the gym, and then came home around 7:30. But I did load up my car with everything that I didn't finish, and that's what I'm going to be working on today. Let me show you guys. So I'm just going to do it from home, and yeah, so as you can see, here's my tagging gun, and yeah, this is some of the merchandise. So everything is in bins like this, or those big black bins. Some is in my car and some of it is out of my car. So I've just been tagging. I'm going to try and finish everything today. And then I've got my lunch, some sushi that I got from Here's Teeter, so I'm going to eat that. And I'm going to watch Power while I tag everything. So, like, these haven't been tagged yet. Some of the stuff in this bin, it's been tagged. So we're getting somewhere. So this number here is the SKU number, VV6. Which lets me know anything that starts with VV is going to be sunglasses, and 6 is a style, and then it's $15. And then once I get multiple bins in the warehouse, multiple shelving units, I'll use those SKU numbers on the shelving units to be able to identify where that product is located. But let's get back to me watching Power. I'm on a Power binge. I'm rewatching all the old episodes. So, yep, that's what I'm going to be doing. Tagging and eating and watching Power.